Hey team, we're back at the abandoned pack. How do these things happen? This pack was apparently left behind when this camp was abandoned. I should search the pack. The pack contains some dried meat, a few pieces of fruit, and a handful of root vegetables. It also contains a signet that identifies as having belonged to a member of the Fighters Guild. I should look around and see if I can determine what happened to the Fighters Guild members. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Captain Alfari's journal. Uh, how long is this? Okay, alright. Law moment. Something definitely went wrong with the portal spell. Instead of arriving in Cold Harbor as an invading force to be reckoned with, we wound up scattered to the four winds. I am now a captain without a command. Well, the others that appeared to me with me, we've been fighting or running since we got here. We finally found a relatively safe spot at the edge of a dark forest and decided to set up camp. This is the first time since we arrived that I felt safe enough just to sit down and record my thoughts. Time seems to flow differently in this realm. Sometimes it feels like we've only been here for a few hours, and other times I could swear we've been here for days. This mission has turned into a colossal failure. Instead of stepping through the portal together, we were thrown in all directions, strewn about like so many dry leaves in a bitter wind. Luck was with me though. I landed in the company of Kamu the Khajiit. Kamu the Khajiit. If only the rest of my luck had turned out as well. We found ourselves in a strange ruin east of this camp. There were cold flame atronachs everywhere, intent on roasting us to a very fine blue crisp. We dispatched a couple of the creatures before we were forced to turn tail and run. For some reason, however, as we got close to the forest, the atronachs stopped chasing us. They suddenly seemed to lose interest in us and returned to the ruin. Well, I guess I should stop writing now and help finish setting up our camp. I'll write more after we get some sleep, provided nothing terrible happens in the interim. We were awakened after a few hours, minutes, or days of sleep by voices. There seemed to be people in the shadows of the woods, talking, whispering. We can hear them, but the voices aren't distinct enough to make out any actual words. Or maybe it's just a language that none of us have ever heard before. I'm not sure. Every so often, though, we clearly hear something that sounds like a cry for help. Every time we hear that desperate cry, we think of our missing allies. It could be some of them, lost out in these dark woods. They might be hurt or in danger, or, well, anything could be happening in there. Kamu and I have decided to head into the forest and find the source of those pitiful cries. I'm going to leave my journal here, in case any other members of our expedition come across this camp. We'll try to leave a trail so that you can follow our path. We're going to head west and then southwest, so follow after us if you can. There's something else you need to know. Kamu discovered that if you touch one of the wisps that float among the trees, you glow and get a temporary source of light, perfect for finding your way through these shadowy woods. I would suggest you make liberal use of the wisps if you're going to try and meet up with us. Well, it's time to go. I hope to see you soon, and may the 8 watch over us all. Right. Is that what we're talking about? Oh no, we'll just go this way. Find the fighters. We seem to have epic compass, which I love, by the way. I love it when games just give you the marker of where to go. No mucking around, no nonsense, just go this way.
These swords, they must be a clue. Now where did those fools run off to?
Placed blade. The sword appears to have been deliberately placed so that its blade points into a specific direction. So, that way. Thank you, quest marker. I honestly just because it's a game.
These poor creatures, just slaughtered. Nothing ever changes.
It's this quick little side note sort of thing. When a game just gives you the direction to go in, it's like Thank you for just letting us play a game without having to try and run around this map for an hour of defeating arbitrary mobs to find some thing that can't be found and then just wanting to quit the game. Like, thank you for just giving us a quest marker. You know what Elder Scrolls did right is they just made more lore. They gave you the direction to go in to keep it interesting, and they just gave you more lore. And it's like RPG done right.
By Ifra's hairy feet, you outsiders just keep showing up.
Well, I'm looking for my allies.
You and everyone else in this forest, it seems. My clan has already declared your allies to be trespassers. You don't want to know what we do to trespassers. The Shadow Walkers will catch them. They always do.
So what? They're going to kill them.
Does a fuzzy newt goat have 7 toes? Don't look at me like that. It's a perfectly appropriate analogy. Anyway, I hope I reach them before the hunters do. Otherwise, your allies don't stand a chance.
Why do you want to find them, Faraniel?
Because I'm tired of seeing people get hurt. Ugh. Things need to change round here. We've already spent way too much time talking about fuzzy newt goats. I really need to get moving.
So how are you going to find them?
Have you noticed the swords left near these campfires? I think your companions are trying to tell us something. I'm going to keep looking for them. If I can reach them before the hunters, they might just get out of this forest alive.
Okay. Goodbye.
Keep your eyes open and your weapon ready. The shadows here are not your friend.
Thanks. That's real helpful. We're going to keep going in the direction of the blades. This sort of content for this, well, I mean for any fully geared character really, but for a specifically tank designed character or built character, a lot of the normal content is just chill as, which is quite good to be honest. I prefer it that way.
More outsiders. Show them
The swords appears.
this walk.
Oh. And Ember's just amazing. It's like, I think Ember's... Yeah, look at that. It did more damage than we did. The extinguished campfire is still warm. Wait, so what did we... Place blade. There we go. The sword appears to have been deliberately placed so its blade points in specific direction. So, is it that way? Or that way? That way. Fantastic. Love that. Not sure if anyone grew up on a game like, for example, RuneScape, but
You need to be alive. You have to be. I need you to help me. I didn't do it. I swear. He was like this when I found him.
I was finished what I was going to say before we continue. A game like RuneScape, you'd always have to have the quest guide beside you, because there's just no way that any of those quests made any sense. Anyway, Faraniel.
This poor soldier. He didn't have to die. At least the Khajiit got away. How long can he manage to survive, though? I don't know. My clan can be very persistent.
Why is your clan hunting these soldiers?
Because we made a stupid deal long time ago. We became the guardians of this forest in exchange for power and immortality. But look at the cost. Now the Shadow Walkers hunt anyone who dare sets foot in these woods.
That gives me a real Warhammer old world, like what are they called? Forest elves vibe. I need to help the Khajiit.
There might still be a way to save the other soldier, the Khajiit. But you need to trust me. I won't oppose my clan directly. They're my family. But I can help you find your friend. I just want to make sure no one else gets hurt.
What do you want me to do?
The Shadow Walkers use runners to search the forest, but you'll never see them. They become one with the shadows, all but invisible when the clan is on high alert. There is a way to see the runners, though.
Right, and how can I see these invisible runners?
You need to collect the bark of a Spriggan. The bark's magic allows the creatures to... how should I put this? Feel their way through the dark woods. Infuse the bark with the wisps of light, and you should be able to spot the runners.
Okay, I need to know more before I agree to this.
Your friend is out there, being hunted by my people as we speak. If you have questions, ask them quickly so we can get back to the task at hand.
Well, I just thought I'd take this time, grab a cup of tea, and ask you to tell me about your people.
My clan is ancient, older than you can even imagine. Our tree mender tells stories of the before time, when we lived under the bright skies in the lush forests of Valenwood.
And how did you end up in Cold Harbor?
According to the stories, the Daedric prince unleashed his fury upon Valenwood. Instead of fighting back, my ancestors decided to offer their allegiance to the prince. And here we are.
Interesting. So your ancestors just gave up.
Gave up. That's one way to look at it. Another way is to see a clan that wanted not only to survive, but to gain a significant advantage. The Shadow Walkers love power. In exchange for servitude, we were promised power over our enemies.
So what, you're different?
I explained this to you already. I'm tired of darkness and false promises. Molag Bal gave us power, but he keeps us trapped here. What good is power if we're stuck in this realm forever? I want to see clear skies and stars in the night.
I see. Dreaming. Right, so then what? What are we up to now? Let's have a look at this. Into the woods, I think it is. Click Sprig and Bark. There we go. And now, what do we do? Bark. Should probably need to read this. I need to collect the bark of the Spriggan. How do I do that? I'm guessing we fight Spriggans. See, this could just be, you could condense this into fight 3 Spriggans. This would be a lot like, just simple stuff like that. Like, do you need to say, don't make it complicated. Not everyone can work that out. Well, with love, I mean that with love. And that was sort of like a bit of a guess. But yeah, for example, I don't know, say it's your first rodeo in a video game, and you, I don't know, so let's say 18 or something, and you don't really, you're not used to questing or something, and you're like, what is this Spriggan? Yeah, you just run around half for an hour trying to figure out how to find Spriggan bark. Maybe you think it's on the trees, and you're running around the trees or something. It's like, just fight 3 Spriggans, get their bark, done.
Did you get the bark? We don't have much time left.
Here's the Spriggan bark.
Just scrape a bit off the top end. There. An old trick I learned living so long in this dreadful place. My friends thought it was funny to hide from me, so I'd use this to see them. It also has an interesting side effect.
Side effect?
While it allows you to see anyone hiding in the Shadow Realm, it also masks your presence from them. I've used this method to avoid patrols and sneak out of the forest. It really works. But remember, the effect is temporary. It doesn't last long.
Right, so how does this work?
Touch the bark to a wisp of light, and then cross the bridge. The runners are searching for the remaining soldier. When you spot a runner, follow him. He should lead you right to your friend. And if the effect runs out, just touch another wisp.
Okay, goodbye. Okay. So we need to... utilize the wisp's light. Cross the Alien Bridge. Use the wisps of light to see the runners. Here we go.
Stay with me!
Where in Ifra's name is that sound coming from?
Pretty awesome how the plant pulls us back.
What's all that noise out there? now!
This is gonna be fun!
I like how there's a large timer on this wisp thing. It'd be quite frustrating if it ran out sooner than this.
Give us the cat, Snake, and we'll end your
Leave the
life quickly.
outsider alone, Warm Blood. Come, outsider. While they are distracted, we shall find a safer place.
Oh. Okay, so we've got to... I don't know if we're supposed to be... Talk to Sergeant Carmen.
I will help the Khajiit elf. I know the best way into the tower.
Hey, Sergeant.
This one does not understand the game the little elf and the snake thing are playing. But we have something important to do. We need to get into this tower. The key to our victory. It's in there. I know this to be true.
Tell me what you're talking about, Sergeant.
We heard voices in the woods. We thought it was other members of our expedition calling to us for help. But Captain Alfari figured it out. The voice comes from this tower. Whoever is locked in there needs our help. And he will help us in return.
What do you know of the Lamia?
The wood elves started hunting us almost as soon as we stepped into this dread forest. They killed Captain Alfari in cold blood. I barely escaped. The snake thing found this one, lost and injured, and led me safely through the woods.
Oh, that was kind. And why are the Lamia and Ferraniel arguing?
This one isn't sure. The little elf appeared out of nowhere. But at least she didn't try to kill Camus like the other elves did. They both claim to know how to get inside the tower, but Camus doesn't trust either one of them.
Head for the city to the east. It's safe there, and I'll investigate this tower.
A safe haven in this place. Camus looks forward to seeing such a thing. Let me rest for a moment before I head out. I wish I could go with you, but until my injuries heal, I would only slow you down. Good luck, my friend.
Do you have any advice before you head to the city?
This one doesn't know very much about this area, but this one always has opinions. Ask what you will, and I will answer. It's the least I can do.
What do you know about the Wood Elves?
The little elves are ruthless killers. They call themselves the Shadow Walkers. As far as this one can tell, they hunt and kill anything that enters these dark woods. They never even gave us a chance to beg for our lives before they killed Alfari.
And what about Ferraniel or Ferraniel?
Camus never saw her before. She stepped out of the shadows, but she didn't attack immediately. It is apparent to this one that she is anxious about something, and she seems eager to help us. Perhaps too eager, if you know what Camus means.
And what do you know of the Lamias?
When we were searching the woods, we ran into a few snake things. They attacked us when we got too close. They never seemed to actively hunt us, though. And of course, that snake thing over there helped Camus. I did notice something else, however.
And what was that, my bro?
When we were resting at one of the campfires, a group of snake things rushed toward us. They didn't attack us. They charged the elves sneaking around our camp. The two groups don't seem to like each other. They may even be at war.
Apologies for the audio dip. My interface just dips sometimes. Okay, sweet. So they didn't attack. Resting in the campfires, a group of snakes rushed towards us. They didn't attack. They charged the elves sneaking around our camp. The two groups don't seem to like each other. They may be even at war. Yeah, I mean, if I decide to ask one of them for help, who would you choose?
Oh, what a choice. Like deciding whether to roast slowly or leap right into the flames. There is no good answer. But if we were seeking allies, Camus would choose the elves. They are strong and capable. They could be a great help against Molag Bal.
So, not the Lamias.
Well, the friendly snake thing did help me. We shouldn't dismiss them out of hand. They lack organization and fighting skills. But Camus can't deny their ferocity. Perhaps they are worthy of consideration as well.
Interesting. So, why do we still have to talk? Why do we still have to talk to him?
As far as I can tell.
Nope. So we've got to ask. I'm kind of really interested in this Lamia.
We shall help you enter the tower. But first, you must help us against these foul wood elves. Do not listen to their lies. They murder our children for no reason. Please, you must help me save the little ones.
Oh, the wood elves are killing your children.
We never asked to be dragged into Cold Harbor. We never made a deal with the Daedric Prince. But ever since we got here, the wood elves raid our nests and slaughter our children. This cycle of murder needs to end.
Why do you need me?
You are a hero. You stride through Cold Harbor with confidence, and not even the wood elves can touch you. You can win this battle for us, and we will be in your debt. We will show you how to enter the tower, even help you in your mission.
I just want to put it out here. You'd never have to be in debt to someone. Saving kids is a beautiful thing. So there's no debt in that regard. In that concept, in that ethical concept, I just want to put that out there. What about the wood elf and her people?
They are monsters. They destroy our eggs and slaughter my people. If you aid the wood elves, we can never trust you. The Lamias are powerful. We would be of great help to you, but only if you help us end our war with the wood elves.
Okay, well, I need to talk to Ferraniel first. Ferraniel.
I know you can't forgive my clan for what it's done, but they adhere to an ancient promise that will never come to pass. I can help you, though. No one knows that tower better than I do, but I need to ask for your help in return. It's important.
What do you need my help for?
You have to help me convince my clan to break this ages-old agreement. We've guarded these woods and that cursed tower, assuming that one day Molag Bal would reward us and let us return to Valenwood. But that's never going to happen.
And how can I change the minds of the Shadow Walkers?
Like me, you've been outside this forest. You know about Molag Bal's plan. You know about the plane meld. You have to tell them that our agreement is worthless. How can we ever return to Nirn if Molag Bal destroys it?
And what about the Lamia and her people?
Those monsters. We've been at war with them for ages. My people will never listen to you if you take their side. The Shadow Walkers are powerful. We would be of great help to you, but only if you aid me and convince my people.
Why should I help you and not the Lamia?
You've seen my people fight. We're trained to kill. It's what we do. Maybe if you can show them that Molag Bal has been using us, lying to us, maybe they'll see his treachery for what it is and join your cause.
So, here's where I stand on this. Well, this is going off the whole idea that Elder Scrolls Online is a faction, racial, and like all these sentient beings are valuable and worthy of being recognized. So, the fact of the matter here is that these shadow elves have been, according to this Lamia, hunting their children, We do have some trust built with Ferraniel, so that's the only thing that we have going here for the Shadow Elves. But clearly her people are quite invested in serving Molag Bal. And even though we've just met this lady, I get a really good impression, which is bad. Like you shouldn't make an impression, a decision based on an impression. If I was looking at just from a logical standpoint, I'd probably have to choose the elves because of the trust built so far. But because Kamu says that they did not attack him, this is a very good point for her argument. Also, she's got her kids to defend. So the consequences of her clan's forefathers have led her to this position. And it's clear that her clan hasn't repented of their ways. I feel that I have to side with the Lamia simply because it's no child's fault that they were born into this world, and all children must be defended and protected. And in the case of Elder Scrolls Online, the Lamia are a civilization which has just as much value as any other civilization. So, I'm going to go with the Lamia.
We shall help you enter the tower. We never... You are a hero. You will? We have waited such a long time for someone to aid us in our struggle. You have made me very happy, outsider. Now we can get our children back. Now we can have our revenge.
Wait, I don't like this idea of revenge. That's the key word there. When they say revenge, I think they're talking about revenge against Molag Bal. Okay, so I don't think they're talking about revenge against the elves. Though I guess that would be applicable, but I don't like this idea of revenge. But we do need to save the children. So when it says revenge, I think it's directed at Molag Bal. Yeah, I think we go for it anyway. I don't like the word revenge here, though. It's bad dialogue for the thoughts of decision making, but if we're looking at this with all the facts that I've just put forward, I still think we go forward.
The vile and ruthless wood elves smash our eggs just because they feel threatened by our numbers. They even hold some in their dwellings, using them as hostages against us. This is not a way to live. We must get our eggs back.
Where are the wood elves keeping your eggs?
They keep our eggs in their camps, holding them to keep us docile. They force us to stay near our own nests, hunting us down if we wander too far. We want our children back. We need our eggs.
And so if I get your eggs back, you'll show me how to get into the tower.
Yes, the tower. We will help you with that, and so much more. But all of our eggs must be returned.
I'll recover your eggs.
They hide our eggs in their filthy camps. You must enter their homes to rescue our children. But be very careful. Such an intrusion will result in great pain and death if they catch you.
How do I return the eggs to you?
I will find you near the Wood Elves' camp. I have ways of moving through the forest unseen. Can be dangerous, but worth the risk. I will do anything to get our children back.
That's spoken like a mother and a father, definitely. Okay, so what do I need to do? What do I get out of this again?
I will show you how to get into the tower, full of shiny treasures, I'm sure. And we will become your allies against the Daedric Prince. Even fight at your side if that is what you wish.
Interesting. Okay, goodbye.
Wait, outsider. A moment more of your time. I get it. My people killed one of your own. They aren't evil, though. You have to understand. We signed a pact to protect this forest. The Shadow Walkers believe that if they fail to honor that agreement, we're all doomed.
They tried to kill me too.
Well, yes. I can't argue with that. I understand why you'd want to side with these creatures. I also know you need to get their eggs back. But my people don't need to die while you do it. Recover the eggs, but don't hurt my people.
I can try. You're asking a lot, though.
I'm not asking for anything you can't do. And I'll go with you when you're done, to help. Have been planning to leave anyway, so now's as good a time as any. You can use me, just don't kill any Shadow Walkers. Please.
And how do I get into a camp full of wood elves without killing any of them?
The Shadow Walkers watch the forest, but they're too confident. They leave our camps practically undefended. You could sneak in, get the eggs, and get out. You can do it. I know you can. Please, just consider what I'm asking.
I will. I will consider. No need for needless death. We will try, but stealth is not our specialty. I also don't have any of the stealth specialties or any of the things that make stealth great. I think maybe if you're playing the playthrough from the beginning, making a fresh character, you might want to go like, I think it's Khajiit. They've got stealth bonuses, I'm pretty sure. So you never know when it's going to come in handy in a campaign. So we'll try and cause as little harm as possible, but we're obviously going to get attacked. So, well, we're not going to directly attack anything. Ember definitely is here to defend us, so we can fulfill her request, but Ember's going to defend me from harm. So there you go. Technically, we're actually fulfilling her promise or her request by not attacking any of them. So good vibes. Oh, is that a mage thing? But just wait for Ember. And this isn't attacking, this is defending. We haven't actually swung a sword or anything like that. But Ember's not just going to let me die, so I don't think you can blame her for that. And they are attacking us. Alright, cool. So I think we fulfilled her request. Oh, we've got one more egg. My bad. Oh. Interesting place to leave Lamia eggs.
You recovered our eggs. How wonderful. My people will be most grateful to you for this.
Well, I've fulfilled my part. Now it's your turn.
I must return these eggs to our nest, but there is one more thing you must do before my people will feel truly safe. Please, may I tell you about this final task?
All right. Tell me what else you want me to do.
A council of elders leads the wood elves. They live upon a large rock that floats above us. Queen Fajik's eggs were taken and hidden up there. You will need a key to open the portal and gain access to the floating rock.
Right, and where do I get this key?
The key is divided into 2 shards, each protected by a Shadow Walker guardian. As soon as you acquire the 2 shards, go to the camp in the center of the forest. My people will meet you there.
Okay, let's do this. So what are we doing? Go to this way. Oh, right up there. Oh yeah, over the bridge, up the ramp, up the bridge. This will be real fun as a stealth mission. But we don't have time for that today, folks. Apologies. Shard of Light, Shard of Darkness. Oh, we're fighting something like a boss. Alright. Well, we couldn't, we tried to honor the pledge to the lady as best we could, but again, we're being attacked by left, right, and center. So we've got that. Meet the where? There. You always got to check the map. If you ever get confused in any game, if you're ever lost, just like check the map. It's like rule number 1: check the map. Rest in peace, Shadow Walkers. It's like every when civilizations etc. are at war, there's always really interesting things that or decisions that the leaders make. It's always like, oh, we're protecting our civilization, but in doing so, you're destroying others. So like, it's just war, man. War's not good.
You are the outsider who has done so much for my people. I am grateful. Perhaps when this is over, my people can live without fear or worry.
I hope so. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm going to give it a go. Tziknith promised your aid if I helped you.
Once the tyranny of the Shadow Walkers has ended, you will have the help you need. But first, we must recover my children from the Council. Did you acquire the portal shards from the Guardians?
Yes, I have the shards.
Good. Direct the shard key toward the portal at the center of the arches. The Lamias will do the rest.
Oh, Lamia. Okay. The Lamias will do the rest. Portal to the Council of Elders.
Our time is now, my children. Swarm forth and reclaim what is ours.
Do we go through as well? Guess we do.
Finally, our children are avenged.
Queen.
The Wood Elves have fallen. My eggs shall be returned to my nest, and my people shall be safe. The Shadow Walkers shall be lost without their leaders. The day is ours.
So you decided to kill the elders.
What would you have us do? The Wood Elves slaughtered my people. They would not listen to reason. The only chance we had was to remove their leaders. Now, we shall watch the Shadow Walkers crumble.
I don't feel any joy in that sentiment. The idea is that all people have a chance to repent for the things they've done wrong. Will you show me how to enter the tower now?
You have helped us. Now we shall help you. I instructed Ziknith to head to the ruined passage that leads to the tower. You shall find her there. Know that the Lamias are in your debt. Call upon us if you ever need our strength and cunning.
Yeah, so, I mean, saving children is enough, man. I mean, or Queen Fajik. No debt needed. Alright, talk to Signith. Where are we going now? Yeah. I'm not sure if we're in the same quest or not. I feel like we've just blurred a bunch of quests together, have we? Yeah, I can't say for sure where this started and where we're at. It's kind of rolled together it's quite a streamlined fashion.
My people rejoice. Most consider us monsters, but you helped us. We will never forget your generosity and compassion. My egg sisters will live, and life, even in this wretched place, is precious. Thank you.
No, I just did what needed to be done.
As I promised, this door leads to the tower. I do not know what the tower holds, but we have heard the cries for help from within. Be careful in there, outsider. This is Cold Harbor. Even the most mundane things can hide terrible dangers.
And what will you do now?
The Khajiit told me of a city of safety to the east. I will take some of my people, for we would very much like to see this city. We will be there if you have need of us, my friend.
Goodbye. Yeah, okay, sweet. Into the ruined passage. Collect the light of Meridia. Alright. Ooh. Talk to the projection of King Lalorian Diner. Oh my gosh. What the heck? There we go.
I have waited for centuries. And waited and waited. Do you know how boring that can be? But now, you are here. Just as Meridia foretold.
So what? Meridian knew that I was coming?
The Radiant One knows many things. She knew that one day the city she plunged into Cold Harbor would serve her purpose. At first, she thought I would fulfill that prophecy. But I failed. And now, I need your help.
Were you projecting this image? Where are you projecting this image from?
Have no fear. I am as alive as you are. Molag Bal has preserved me so that I can endure his endless tortures. His cruelty knows no bounds. I can't slip free of this lightless oubliette, but I have managed to send my projection to meet you.
That is such a strange word, oubliette. How do I set you free, King Lalorian Diner?
I knew you were the one I was waiting for. Whatever your purpose here, I can help you. Especially if it has anything to do with ruining Molag Bal's day. I have heard many secrets during my time here, and I shall share them with you.
Let's complete that quest.
You made it this far, just as I had predicted.
Let's get out of that.
Bring the light.
Hang on.
Hurry.
We'll start that dialogue in the next quest. Yeah, I gotta figure out where we're at with these quests. So clearly we talked to the King Lalorian. And that's where we'll start the next quest. And we'll end the episode. And I hope that the decisions that were just made check all the boxes. Obviously, I would just love to save both civilizations, have them not go to war, etc., etc., etc. And we also don't know what the Lamias did with, like, in terms of like the severity of a war between the two factions. We don't know what the Lamias have done. When civilizations are at war, terrible things are just done. So, but when options come up to save the children, I sort of always lean towards that dialogue, because it's no child's fault they're born into this world, and it's up to us as a society to protect them and shelter them and give them food and make sure they don't grow up with a whole bunch of cyclical trauma responses, which starts another generation of suffering and addictions and etc., etc., etc. And that requires everyone to work together. Everyone is worthy of repentance. Everyone is able. Everyone is capable of it too, I think. So I'm sure that there's so much more you could say, like prefrontal cortex damage, people not being able to use emotions correctly, etc., etc., etc. But that's why we have systems in place to help facilitate the correct management of all disabilities. So with that, love you and leave you, and hopefully see you in the next one.